Acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT as it's more commonly known, provides a framework for determining how our thoughts and behaviors move us toward our values or away from them. Many parents of autistic children are under tremendous stress. Using the ACT framework may help reduce some of the stress and increase flexible thinking. Incorporating this framework also builds trust and understanding. Consider your first interactions with a parent. Do you come on the scene and start talking about the benefits of ABA and all the good things ABA will do for their child? This approach, while well-intentioned, can cause some people to shut down or even dislike you. When you start a relationship using the ACT model, the parent feels heard and respected right away. During your first parent coaching session, do your best to meet with caregivers without their child present. This will help you all focus on building a collaborative relationship. Tell the caregivers that you want to understand their family to make sure the things you recommend for them align with their values and that you will be using a chart to help you. Let them know that you will be asking them some personal questions, but they only need to share what they're comfortable sharing right now. Remember that many people are uncomfortable just talking to new people. If they say they don't really want to share, tell them that you will go through the process for yourself to give them an example of how this works. Although this lesson will give you a specific process to follow, this approach is flexible and should be adapted to your unique style. This is meant to just give you an idea of one way of incorporating ACT into parent coaching. Each parent is different, and some might not respond as well to doing this on paper as others. Begin by drawing a horizontal line with arrowheads on either side. Explain to the caregivers that this represents the two different directions you can move in your life. One direction is where you chase who and what is important to you, and the other direction is where you escape the difficult things in your life, all the yucky feelings or situations you want to avoid. In the top left area, we will talk about all the behaviors you engage in that move you away from the yucky stuff that comes up. Then, in the top right area, we will list the behaviors you engage in that move you closer to your values. Finally, draw a circle in the middle and just tell them that this represents themselves and their own perspective. Next, ask them to list some of the things they value, people and things that are important to them. They can come back and add to this list at any time, so it doesn't need to be exhaustive, but you do need it to be enough to start a conversation. Tell them that there is no right or wrong answer, and you're not there to judge what they say and do. You're there to guide them toward what they value, nothing more. Once they are satisfied with that list, have them make a list of things that they try to escape from, the yucky things they think and feel. These are things that get in the way of getting the things in the first list, but it's okay if they seem unrelated now. Many parents will prefer to tell you and have you write these things in the chart, but it's fine if they prefer to write the list themselves. Next, ask them to list what they do when the difficult things show up for them. How do they escape the things in their list? This is a good time to remind them that you're not there to judge them. We all do things to help us escape from things that feel bad. Once there are a few things on this list, ask them what they could do or what they are already doing that helps bring them closer to what they listed in the first list. Can you see how just going through this process helps you understand this family better already? This might be enough for the family at this point, or they might be ready to keep moving on. Adapt your approach to each family. Each will go through this at their own pace. What you want to do is help the family see the connection between what they value, what they feel, and what they do. How does having dinner together make them feel? Probably pretty good because it aligns with their values of spending time with the family. How are they feeling when they start thinking about the future? Probably not so hot because they are worried about their child. That's why they are speaking with you. Do the things on their list of behaviors they use to escape the bad thoughts and situations bring them closer to the things they value? They might, but usually they don't. The purpose of this is just to help them become aware of how these things are interrelated. As you move forward in parent coaching, use this model to help parents choose goals for themselves and their child that move them toward those things they value. Also use this matrix to help them understand that not all of their behaviors that they engage in to escape negative events or feelings work to bring them closer to their values. It's best to gently guide them to this realization rather than telling them outright. Let's look at an example. You show up to parent coaching and check in with them to see how they are doing. The parents have identified family, quiet time, pets, and stability as things they value. Together you decided to teach their 4-year-old son to demand for the things he wants, as this will bring them closer to their overall goal of being able to spend pleasant time together as a family. You have asked the parents to practice the man training procedure 5 times per day during the previous week. When you check in with them, they report that they haven't done any of the practice. They said they don't feel confident in using the procedure, and it's easier to give their son what they already know he wants. You validate how they feel, telling them that it's okay to make the choice to give their son what they know he wants. By writing this out in the matrix, many families will, on their own, say that avoiding it does not bring them closer to their goals. If they don't make this observation on their own, don't point it out. With repeated practice with this process, they will see it. If after several sessions they aren't coming to the realization that their actions aren't bringing them closer to their goals, ask some probing questions. What is it about this intervention that's stopping them? Is there a way to overcome the challenge they identified? Do they feel that what they're doing is currently working for their family? All families are different and respond to different strategies, prompts, and cues. I had one mother who wrote, "How's that working for you?" on a sticky note. She kept the note on her cabinet where she could look at it each time she chose to revert back to her old parenting strategies. The best part about ACT is that it is about flexible thinking. Use it flexibly. This is just a brief overview. There are many other resources available to help you learn more about ACT and how you can integrate it into your practice.